Hello folks, it's FC231 bringing you another collection, and this time here I have Nickelodeon Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Metalhead. This one was released from Playmates back in 2012, and Metalhead here in the newer Tmnt series was voiced by Rob Paulson. Now, obviously Metalhead is a robot, which is why I have him under my robots theme. And I got him for two reasons. One of them, believe it or not, I got him on a clearance sale for $3.99. And this was at a place called Marshall's. So he was pretty cheap. So I went on and said, why not? Let's get Metalhead. And the second reason why I got him too was because Metalhead was always a favorite of mine. The original Metalhead, that is, from the vintage Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles cartoon series back from the 80s. And I got him basically because I know this is a modern day Metalhead, but it's kind of similar to the vintage Metalhead in terms of coloring and Metalhead's yellow, kind of like banana color. And pretty much that's why I got this Metalhead. And let's take a closer look at the packaging. The packaging has that funky little abstract shape to it, unlike the older TMNT packaging where it was just a straight rectangular type package. And then also I've noticed on the side here you have these bumps kind of like popping out, which I thought looks like a turtle shell. So you have these shapes here that look like the turtle shell from the back of the turtles. And then they have that clip art here, picture from the CGI cartoon, modern cartoon series that's from Nickelodeon now. And obviously you have here on the bottom left, ages 4 and up, Playmates. Playmates, which also released the vintage Turtles back from the 80s as well. And then on the bottom, you have a little instruction bubble there on how to use Metalhead's feature, which in this case it's the missile here that he has. And then not for ages 0 to 3. Warning, not available for children, small parts. And then if we look at the back here, you have the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Nickelodeon logo, and then just a brief little explanation on the theme of the newer series. And then you have Metalhead's file card. Again, it has that abstract kind of shape. The older vintage turtle file cards were more rectangular, but here it's more of a vintage take. And if you want to pause that and briefly read Metalhead's bio, feel free. And then you had other figures in the line, the good guys, and then obviously the bad guys, the Foot Clan. Okay, so here is Metalhead out of his packaging, and I gotta say, he is pretty small. He's a small little figure, and I like the colors. The coloring on him is pretty cool. Again, he has that yellow banana color around his front torso area here, the knees, and even the little bandana here. And now he has blue eyes here, and from what I read in the series, whenever he has blue eyes, he is controlled by Donatello, but when his eyes turn purple, he's controlled by Krang. Because, again, my Metalhead here, his armor, pretty much his body, was Krang technology, and Donatello happened to salvage or steal that technology and make Metalhead into a good guy. So he's pretty cool. I like this Metalhead. I thought he was just gonna be, you know, like one solid piece with just the arms. But no, there is articulation to him, which I'll get into in a minute. And in the packaging, he comes with this little thing here. I guess it's the books on the TMNT series. And then he comes with a little catalog here, TMNT catalog from Playmates, that show you pretty much their entire inventory. So you have like the turtles here, then moving on to the bad guys, collect them all. And then some more inventory. You have a turtle shell, combat shell, turtle masks, and then on the back you even have a full lineup of the TMNT vehicles. Not to mention their 40 feet tall sewer playset. The vintage one, the classic sewer playset, was probably up to that yay tall there. It was more of a rectangular piece, I remember. And then you have the shell raiser. And I remember, again, in the classic, it was the party van, I think. Metalhead's articulation. His head can turn slightly side to side and up, a little bit up. Just it's limited just because of his shell back here, his New York City shell, which is supposed to represent a manhole from the city here. And then just down, up and down, up and down. His arms do go up and down, but that's about it. Up and down. There is no bend at the elbow, so you can't bend his elbow. It's fixed just as is his hand here. But there is a swivel at the wrist here, at the hand, so you can turn his hand around and around. Same thing over here on this arm here. There's no bend at the elbow, but his hand can swivel around. There is no waist articulation, but the legs can go up and down and around as is. Looks like it's on a ball joint, and then the knee, there's a bend at the knee. Same thing with this leg. Could go around, and then a bend at the knee. So that's Metalhead's articulation there. So yeah, this Metalhead, pretty cool. And for accessories, he comes again with this little missile, red flaming missile. Pretty much in the series, he has a flamethrower armor. He has that ability to use flamethrowing from his hand. He has flying fists in the series. I guess his fists pop out, but not in this toy though. And he also has a laser beam. But for the toy only, what they did was they just added the missile, with the look of the flamethrower here. And then what you do is, obviously, you just place it into the little hole in there. So he looks just like that. And it's a flick missile. So you just do that. Alright, so once again, I want to thank you folks for taking the time to watch this Metalhead review. And if you want to leave any comments, please feel free. Rate, subscribe, and once again, thank you for watching. Metalhead, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, 2012.